Alright, so we are going to now learn what are views and view groups in Android. So view is the base class of every UI component in Android, including all layouts. All layouts are descendants of view group class. When we talk about a view could be anything. When we talk about a button, it's a view. When we talk about a text view, it's a view. When we talk about a radio button, a checkbox, or anything that can be represented on the screen, that can be shown on the screen to the user, that is a view, including the layouts, linear layouts, relative layouts, frame layouts. They are also views, but they have a subparent that is called a view group. How we draw them on screen? When we are designing our screen in the XML file or via the code, a view group and a view is different in that scenario. A view group can contain other views, however, a view cannot contain a view group. So a button cannot contain a linear layout, however, a linear layout can contain any number of buttons. For example, a linear layout can contain a button directly, a text view, and then another relative layout inside it. And that relative layout can contain a text view, a checkbox, an edit text, or any other layout. Well, you are confused maybe. So let's take an example of a refrigerator. So a fridge is the parent layout, and as you can see, this fridge contains different shelves. For vegetables, we have a different shelf. For fruits, we have a different shelf. And for water bottles or for jams, we have a different shelf. Now, each item present in the fridge, either it's a mango, a fruit, or a banana, or a bottle, that is a view, like a button. And all these shelves can be considered as other layouts. So if you want to design an XML for a refrigerator, at the top we can have a linear layout, and inside that we can have 1 2 3 4 5 6 linear layouts on the left hand side, and inside that we can have our views. I hope that will clear this thing. Now let's see the same thing in code. So if I open the layout activity main.xml file, right now on the right hand side I will see a component tree. So this is my device screen, and inside the device screen, the parent layout is a relative layout, and inside that we have a grid view. Let's remove this grid view for now. Okay, it is removed. And on the left hand side I have something called palette, and in this palette we can find our layouts, widgets, which are views actually, and this is a complete list here, and we will cover most of them one by one. So you see that by default we have a relative layout on our screen, and there's one more thing that you guys need to know about layouts, that layouts are containers which are invisible. However, the views always have some visibility that can be shown to the user. So a view is something that can be shown to a user. However, a layout is just to manage the different views inside a container. Now first let's talk about linear layout, the most basic layout in Android, and I can change my relative layout to a linear layout like this. I will go into the text section and I will change it to linear layout. LINEAR layout. So this is a linear layout. Now a linear layout is of two types. It can be shown, or the items inside a linear layout can be shown horizontally, or the items inside a linear layout can be shown vertically. So if I add one text view, it is placed here. If I add one other text view, it is placed here. Another text view, another text view, and another text view. So now I have 5 text views inside a linear layout, and by default a linear layout without any orientation is a horizontal linear layout. So I don't have any orientation in my linear layout. So that is why all of my views are next to each other in a horizontal view. I can change this orientation and I can make my linear layout vertical. So if I make my linear layout vertical, all of the views are aligned vertically, one top of each other. Now let's try to design a login page in linear layout. So how our linear layout can be used, or a couple of linear layouts or multiple linear layouts can be used to design a login screen. Let's first see how this login screen will look like. Let me first remove all of these text views from here, and let's go back to the design tab. So in a login screen we have two edit texts, first for the username and second for the password. Then we have a checkbox, and we can find a checkbox somewhere here. Here's the checkbox. And then we have two buttons for login and sign up. So my first edit text will have a hint, username, password, and the checkbox would be remember me. Then the first button, login, and then the second button, sign up. Now what I want, that my login and sign up button should be next to each other. So how can I do that? If I drag it here, it doesn't go just next to that login button. It always go below or in the center, but it does not go just next to the login button. So what you need here is another linear layout of type horizontal, so that these two buttons can be aligned next to each other. So what I can do here, I can bring one linear layout horizontal, and I can drag it here, and I can pick my first button and drag it inside, then pick my second button and drag it inside the linear layout. So now both of my buttons, login and sign up, are next to each other. Still there is one problem that I'm thinking of here. My login button and sign up button should take the complete space in the horizontal way. So what I can do here, I can use another property that is called weight.